I'm Donnie. We're RIP Paranormal Investigation. This is our first actual investigation at nighttime. We're out here at a late 1800s to early 1900s logging camp out in Marion County. Tonight it's going to be me and my investigator Ryan that'll be investigating this area. This is going to be like a 4-part show because we got so many different locations of this logging camp we're going to be doing. Right now we'd like to call Ryan out. Hey, welcome, buddy.
How's it going, buddy?
Good. You ready for this tonight?
Dude, it's crazy. We've already been hearing some weird footsteps and some other unexplained noises, so hopefully now that we're all set up, we can capture it on camera, man.
Yeah, and we got motion sensors that are actually around where we're filming tonight,
Yeah,
and they've been going off like crazy already, and it's not even 10:30 at night. I'm excited for this investigation. I'm glad that the owners actually let us come up on their private land.
yeah, I'm really stoked myself.
So that's why we're not actually given the location, because we actually got permission to be here tonight. They're letting us in for a week-long filming episode up here. Really interesting history up here, Ryan.
Oh, you haven't really told me about it, so what's going on, buddy?
Well, the place we're standing at right now is the actual main road that goes in behind us up into these trees. It's the actual road into the old mill logging city.
Really?
The actual city had a post office, a bank. Different spots we're going to be investigating this week are from the old actual logging camp where they got their houses and all that built.
Awesome.
So we'll be investigating that. Later on in the show, probably sometime this week, we'll actually walk up into the old city.
Nice.
The happenings is when I interviewed the actual owner that didn't want to be on camera, he gave me the actual history of his land. His great-great-grandfather used to log up here.
Wow.
There was, I believe, 150 loggers that worked this mill logging camp up here. Numerous deaths from logging accidents to actual settlers that came out that traveled by wagon here that actually died on this property.
Liking it.
He gave me the actual stuff that he's heard, which was friggin' crazy when he told me about it. The old bridge that we'll be going down to later this week is no longer there, but he still hears the old chains that used to hang there that hung the bridge.
Dude, that's crazy.
Clinking. He's been up here just before nightfall. Actually, he still logs, and he said that out of corner of his eye, he caught an old-time logger walking down the main logging road.
Wow.
Setting up tonight, I had some weird experiences already. I'm standing out next to the big log behind us, and all of a sudden I'm hearing cork boots skipping against the rocks. I think we're in for a really fun night tonight.
Sounds like it, man. Now, bear in mind, guys, it is only Donnie and I. The camera is just on a tripod. I'm actually going to be in and out of the shot moving the tripod. But again, it is only Donnie and I. We have nobody else here with us. It is just the two of us up here.
Yeah, that's right, Ryan. There's only 2 of us, and I think I got a heck of a show for our audience. And plus, I got some mind-blowing stuff that you haven't seen yet. So I'm going to try tonight on this episode.
Oh, Lord, here we go.
Would you like to know what I got planned for this evening, Ryan?
You know, lay it on me, brother.
Well, first off, we're going to try a ghost box session up here because we can't get no radio stations.
All right.
So we're going to try that.
Okay.
We do got our motion sensor set up all around us.
Yeah.
So hopefully them things go off.
Be crazy.
Now the mind blower, and even for the TV audience, which is definitely a no-no. I think you know where I'm going with this.
Oh, Lord, here we go.
Ryan, tonight I feel like I'm going to bust out the Ouija board and use the equipment on it.
Well, you know what you're doing. I trust you.
I think that I'm feeling like we're going to get more communication if I actually use it
Okay.
to actually draw in something that's out here.
All right.
I've been told by the owners that everything up here seems friendly.
Okay.
Now, is that the truth?
Guess we'll see.
So, if you're not afraid, which I'm not, I say we bust out the Ouija board and we can start investigating. Let's do like our ghost box sessions, EMF meter sessions. We'll do EVPs, and then we'll get down to the hardcore stuff.
Yeah, let's start out like the old-fashioned way and do a few minutes of a ghost box session. Maybe do an EVP session, and I guess push comes to shove, bust out the Ouija board and put the equipment on it.
Yeah, and I'd also like to mention, Ryan, that to our audience, that me and Ryan's never investigated up here before.
Never.
So we don't know what we're in for. You know, I think it'd be kind of cool if someone gets thrown at us.
Well, as we were actually setting up, I told you, I thought you'd stepped on a stick and it flung up and hit me, but something hit the side of my leg and actually jostled the side of my pants and hit my cell phone, which is now in the car. And so, yeah, it'd be interesting.
And I also like to bring up that we are out in the middle of a forest. Driving up tonight, we came across a herd of 20 elk standing in the road that we had to blow the horn to get them out of our way. And remember, folks, this is a forest. It's private land, forest area that's still being logged today by the owner. But we got other situations that we got to deal with being out here.
That's correct.
We got to, for one, watch our back because there are bears in Oregon. There's also cougars in Oregon. So if, we hear a loud crashing or something, let's definitely light it up with flashlights to look, to make sure we don't see glowing eyes of an animal.
For sure.
But if it's an actual, something that we can't see, I say we just full-blown investigate it.
No, absolutely, man. All right, well.
I'm excited for this.
Yeah, most definitely. Well, let's get underway, man, and get to the exciting stuff.
All right. All right, we're back. We're going to start this investigation tonight. What I'm going to first do is go ahead and walk around this area and do a EMF sweep to see what we're setting at. And I'll read out the numbers, which my EMF doesn't got lights like Ryan's does, so I got to use my light for this one. So right where we're standing right now is at a 0.1, which nothing paranormal in this spot. So I'm going to go ahead and walk around and check our perimeter. 0.4 right here. 0.3. Pothole. 0.4 back here. Yeah, we got a 0.8. And there is no electricity out here, no power lines over us. Like I said, we are in the middle of the forest. Steady 0.8 right here. So we drop back down to 0.1. And for some reason my flashlight's going dim. Brand new batteries in this thing. Flashlight actually goes dim at a 0.8, which once again there's no electricity out here. Alright, so I'm going to have Ryan come on back out. Yeah, right here we're standing to 0.1. Welcome back, Ryan.
Thank you, thank you.
Hey, I did a EMF sweep out here, and back next to that log back there, it was a steady 0.8.
Interesting.
And I don't know if you can hear me talking or not, but did you happen to notice my flashlight kept going dim too?
Yeah, I did. I noticed that. And as you pointed out, there's no power lines anywhere around us.
Uh,
So, kind of interesting.
So Since I did our EMF sweep, why don't we go ahead and try a ghost box session out here?
All right, yeah, let me get it going.
Hello, my name's Donnie.
And I'm Ryan.
Is there anybody out here with us like to speak to us tonight? If so, you can come speak through our device in Ryan's hand. You can actually come and touch the device in my hand, or we actually got motion sensors set up out here. So if you feel like it, go set off one of our sensors for us. Can you tell us if you're male or female? Can you tell us how old you are? Would you like to tell us what kind of work you did out here? So the EMF meter's bouncing up to a 0.4 when I'm asking questions, but it's not going through the ghost box. If you're male, can you take the EMF meter and bounce up to a 0.5 or higher? If you're female, can you go to a 0.5 or higher? Were you a logger? Did you work in a mill camp? I don't know if the camera saw that or not, but the EMF meter just bounced up to a 0.5 when I asked if they worked in the mill camp.
And actually, I heard, I'm going to turn this off for a minute. We're not actually getting any responses. But as you asked that question, I actually heard what sounded like branches breaking back there. At least I thought I heard it over the radio. I don't know if the camera picked it
Just
up.
went to a 0.5 again when he was talking about it.
If that was you that broke those branches, can you do that again, please? Can you make that noise again? If that was you, can you please make those sounds again?
Just to let you know, we ain't here to ask you to leave. That's not our job. If the owners want you to leave, they have to come and ask us to actually have you leave. We're just here to communicate with you, want to get to know you, want to get to know your life story, history, of what you actually did up here. We're both friendly, so you don't gotta be afraid of us. Like I said, we got different devices set up that will make a chime noise if you walk through the beam, or you can come up and touch this device in my hand. So once again, if you are here and you worked in the mill camp, can you take this EMF meter and make it a 0.5 or higher? Alright, and if you want to hang on to the EMF meter,
Okay.
I'm actually going to bust out my tape recorder, digital recorder.
All right.
Let's do a little EVP session. What do you say?
Sounds good to me, man.
Alright. Hi, my name's Donnie.
And I'm Ryan.
This is our EVP session number 1. If you're here and want to speak to us, you come in and speak into this device inside my hand, or you can go and touch the device in Ryan's hand, or once again you could set off one of these motion sensors we got up around us. Can you tell us your name? Can you tell us if you're male or female? Can you tell us how old you are? Did you work up here? What kind of work did you do up here?
Were you one of the loggers? Dogs barking in the background.
Did you die up here? Well, I must tell you guys, this is a nice place that you actually lived and worked. I actually like it up here.
Yeah, it's a very nice place.
And once again, I'd just like to tell you on the digital recorder that we ain't here to ask you to leave. We ain't here to harm you. We're just here to get to know you, know your life history and stuff. And if there's anything that needs to be said, you can speak in this recorder that I got. If there's family that you want us to contact, we'll be more than happy to contact them for you. All right, well, I'm going to end this EVP session, and we're going to be sticking around here for a while to talk to you some more. We're going to try some different kind of equipment up here to see if we can actually get you to come out and speak to us or set off one of our devices for us. And pretty much all we're here is to do the footwork to talk to you, but the spirits here are actually the main stars of the show.
Absolutely, man.
And if you guys want to be on camera, just come on up. You know, if you want to come up and touch one of us, touch us. You want to throw something at us, make sure you throw it at the guy standing next to me.
Very funny.
I know, I thought it was. They probably get a kick out of it too.
Right.
Or, you know, make your branching breaking sound or kick some rocks. We're here for you. So we'll be right back. Hey, we're back. We got some more equipment set up. We got the REM pod out here. We got the K2 out here with lights. Once again, the REM pod actually makes a buzzing, beeping noise whenever it goes off or getting touched and the lights go off. The K2 has several lights. We usually look for like the red light on the K2. I am going to do an EVP session. We'll be off camera. We're going to leave everything out there by itself to see if someone come up and touch something or actually speak into our digital recorder. But I'm going to go ahead and walk out there and go set up the EP and introduce ourselves again. It's EVP session 2.
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and do an EVP while I'm walking out, and then I'll just set it down and let it run.
Sounds good.
All right, we're back. We got some equipment set up on this log up here. We got one device that's round. If you come up and touch the antenna or get close to it, it'll go off. We got the K2 meter up here with lights on it. On this one, we ask you take it from a green light to get it as bright as you can. Okay, that's weird. I'm not even touching that REM pod. So once again, that's what a REM pod does. Get up next to it, it'll light up all the lights, makes that noise. The K2 I put on the side. All right, we got these devices set up for you guys out here. If you're here and you want to come up and either speak into the recorder, I'm going to sit down next to the REM pod. You feel free to come and talk to it. We ain't going to ask questions. We're actually going to let it record by itself while we go off camera. The K2's on. If you come up touch that, we ask that you bring it up past the green light. If you can, try to possibly get up to the orange or the red. But hey, this is your time to come and tell us what you have to say. Once again, I told you if you just come up and just touch this REM pod, you can see that it makes lights and it's not going to hurt you. So I'll go ahead and set this down. Yeah, KT's kind of being stubborn. It's fall over on us. But once again, I don't know why that's going off already. All right, so this is your time. Come up and tell us about you so we get to know you better. And don't forget, we do got the motion sensor set up. If you're going to walk through and bust the beam, we'll be able to hear you that way. It's on all 3 corners of this place we're at right now. Yeah, so far, this has been an interesting night out here. I mean, I love this place. And hopefully we get you guys something good on camera. So right now we're just going to turn it over to the spirits that are out here and let them have their 10 minutes of fame. Hopefully they show up for us.
Alright, guys. We're still off camera. However, from behind us, we are actually hearing what sounds like a bunch of footsteps, which is weird because it is a hill. So nobody would be walking there. But yet again, we're hearing footsteps. So we turn the microphone back on to see if maybe we can't get it on audio.
If that was you walking, can you walk past one of our motion sensors and cut the beam so we can actually hear the chimes go off?
That's actually one of our chimes going off. And that was not us.
I just heard what I sound like a female speaking.
Hopefully the camera picked that up.
Alright, I'm gonna go out in front of the camera. So once again, the chime did go off on us, and we're standing behind the camera, actually watching our EMF and REM pod and EVP tape recorder we got up there. Something did break a beam, which you heard earlier. I asked if that was you, can you walk past the beam? So now since we're in front of the camera, if that was you, can you do that once again for us? I noticed quite a temperature change.
Yeah, it's starting to get really cold.
And
Man, I've got goosebumps.
goosebumps, hair standing up. To me, it's pretty awesome. I love doing this kind of stuff out here.
Oh yeah, it's not scary.
Nah, it's fun. I mean, out in the middle of nowhere, it's just me and Ryan out here, and we got our chimes going off. What appears like somebody walking, like cork boots actually hitting rocks as it's walking. That's why I asked for it to break one of the chimes for us.
If you're still here, can you please break one of our beams again? And also, there are no animals around right now. Well, I don't know, man. It's been pretty interesting so far.
Yeah, this is actually a great spot.
I mean, we've heard talking. We've had our beams break with nobody around. gotten some high EMFs. You know, man, I'm really curious to see if we've got anything on our EVP sessions.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be the least bit surprised to see if we got something on there.
It's quite an interesting spot. And what we got to realize is nobody's ever investigated up here before. We're
No.
the first team to actually come up here.
Yep.
And I'd like to thank the owners for actually letting us come up and spend a week up here to do investigations.
Right, definitely. It's going to be a fun week. I can't wait to see what else happens in some of the other spots.
And I hope like these branches that are breaking, I'm hoping that it gets caught on this video thing so they can actually hear and see us standing here, but yet behind that EMF and stuff, you just had a branch break on the ground back there.
Absolutely. Oh, man, it's just it's so peaceful up here, I swear.
It's kind of like we're a kid in a candy store when that beam got broke. I want to hear it again.
Right?
If that was you, can you walk through one of the beams again and break it so the chimes will go off?
Please?
I heard that.
Sound like somebody walking by towards one of the beams. If that was you, can you please move a little closer?
And it's just hard for us to see out here because, like, we don't have any bright lights going.
No.
All we got is a flashlight that we got to shine every once in a while whenever we hear something.
Yep.
And I think I'd like to say something about one of my experiences I just had, and
Yeah.
I'd mention it to you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Back here in this back corner, next to that log, there's the old road that goes up to the
Yeah,
actual
talking about right
downtown.
over there.
Yeah, the downtown mill camp area.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was standing behind the camera with Ryan, and I seen what appeared to be like a cigarette.
Mm-hmm.
Like whenever they puff on it, it gets really bright orange.
Yeah, like that cherry.
And then I told you, I said, now I'm smelling cigarette smoke.
Mm-hmm.
And every once in a while, I'm getting this cigarette smoke that blows by, and there's nobody else out here.
And we don't smoke.
I just thought that was kind of crazy that I actually seen like the cherry of a cigarette back on a back trail.
Yeah, that is pretty weird. But you know, loggers back in the day, they used to smoke.
And we were still rolling on our EVP machine out by itself.
Yeah, and we'll definitely include some evidence review later on in the video for you guys, because like we said in the intro video, this is all about trying to capture stuff, not necessarily for us, but for you guys. So again, that way you guys can make up your opinions in your minds, whether you believe it or not, and just form your own opinions. That way you're not just having us tell you what we think and what to think.
But like for that cigarette thing that went up, usually we like ask them, hey, sorry, but we don't smoke. But I do got a chew if you need one. Can you walk down this trail and break this beam? And I will offer you one of my chews. All you gotta do is walk down the trail and it'll set off, and I'll put my can of chew out there for you, and you can go ahead and take a dip if you want to. If you don't feel like walking, then can you make some kind of loud branch break or something that the camera can actually pick it up? If so, I'll keep my word. I'll go set my chew out there for you, and I'll give you some nicotine. Because I'm pretty sure that nicotine is hard to come by back in the olden days.
So what Donnie's doing is trying to use a trigger object. A lot of times, trigger objects help get activity. Like if there's kid spirits, using balls or toys, just things of that kind of nature. So like you said, loggers like to smoke and chew, so just trying to offer something.
And I'll keep my promise. If you actually break another branch that we can hear, or you set off one of my chimes, whichever chime goes off is where I'll go lay my can of brand new chew for you. I will offer it to you. Just let you know that noise that you're hearing right now is an actual jet going over top of us. Yeah.
What?
I just heard a breaking back there.
If that was you, can you do it a little louder so I can hear? And then Donnie will give you the chew. But if you're walking, you've got to walk through one of the chimes. Please.
Are you thirsty? I do got a bottle of water I'll set out for you if you need it. A long, hard day work out in the woods. Hot. And personally, I'd like to thank you for the work that you do. You loggers are the ones that keep America going, keeping us stocked up in wood. We appreciate what you do for us. Takes a pretty strong man to do the kind of work that you guys do.
All right, guys. So we're gonna take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
Well, Ryan, it's 3 o'clock in the morning, bro.
Yeah, I'm getting tired.
I said let's wrap this up and we'll go review some evidence in the morning.